Not a review or a tour today. This is a story about one delicatessen in Los Angeles that has achieved icon status. This is the story of Canter's Delicatessen.
Here's some matzo balls, nice chicken soup there. And then when it grows, well, it's in the pot. And they're always afraid that it's not going to be big enough, so they'd rather have it a little bit too big. But I think it makes for a conversation piece. Not too many people finish it. There's always a little matzo ball left in the soup. I'm Marc Canter, third generation Canter family. I've been working here since 1982. My grandparents started Canter's in 1924 in Jersey City. In 1929, they had a little problems with the stock market.
Oh, and then I'll have a black and white, please.
They ended up coming to Los Angeles in 1931. And in 1948, my family moved to the Fairfax district. And we've been on Fairfax since 1948. This neighborhood was very Jewish at that time. You got the strudel, you got your linzertorte, you got your black and whites, you got a whole range of macaroons and Florentine cookies, babka, which is a Russian coffee cake, chocolate or with the apple. Delis are closing fast, and the amount of space and the cost in doing business today, it just doesn't translate because you're not. If you were full of customers all day long, you'd make up for it somehow. But when you're doing normal business, the trend there's a lot of choices. People are ordering food from their phones. They can go in the supermarket and get 12 different choices of hot foods. They're not flocking around delis anymore. Some people that like delis love delis, but you don't get enough of them coming every day. And you'd think you would because there's fewer delis. Here's your arugula selection: chocolate chip, raspberry, cinnamon, apple, apricot. We're not known for our cupcakes, but I think we have the best cupcakes. We keep the menu diverse. There's something for everybody. It's deli for sure, but it's also diner. There's even spaghetti, for the kids, or mac and cheese, which, by the way, now adults eat mac and cheese. 30 years ago, it was only for kids. It's very popular now. We have a range of salads. If you're not born into this, if you don't own the land where you're at, you're most likely going to go under. And if you do own the land, you're donating it, basically. And even then, it's still hard to make ends meet, in today's world. And it's in your blood, so you want it. Your ancestors are looking down. Hey, we have these recipes. We've worked 18 hours a day all of our life. It's up to you to carry the torch and find a way to make it happen. So, but you can't make people go to a deli if they don't want to go to a deli. A deli that's been around since the dinosaurs know how to handle pastrami, and there's a handful of them still left. Otherwise, you're getting liquor store pastrami, I call it, where they buy pastrami from somewhere, even if it's a good brand, but they don't know how to handle it. They don't know how to cook it right. They don't know how to, because it already comes cooked. It's smoked and it's ready to eat, but you've got to cook it again to get it tender. You've got to add some, seasoning to it. There's a few nuances on how to get that pastrami good. And even if you start out with the good pastrami, it doesn't always end up good if you don't handle it right. Mainly, people aren't buying things by the pound like they used to. They might take home some potato salad or coleslaw, but for the most part, they're not getting meats, they're not coming and ordering a couple pounds of meat like they did when I first started working here. I used to be behind the counter, and all day long I'm slicing meats and lox and everything. Those days are gone. You lost you lost Greenblatt's, for a while you lost Neat Nails, and it looks like you might lose them again because they might be doing some remodeling there or building. They're building on that site. But you lost Junior's, you lost Label's Table. These are all reasons because they couldn't afford to do business anymore because, like I said, in a restaurant you're looking for a food cost like 26, 27%. In a deli, it's closer to the high 30s, okay? It just is. And if you charge more for your product, you're going to scare away people. So it's harder to do it. And also takes more labor to do it. You're making food from scratch. Here's the chicken soup that's just now going on. It's not nowhere near ready, it's still boiling. That's the stock pot from it. matzo balls, knishes, all these. You don't buy it from a food service place and then just heat it and serve it. You're producing it like Grandma used to do. So it's you got to have a love for it. And before you know it, you know, if you take what a deli does to opposed to what, say, a coffee shop does or a diner, as far as labor goes, you're going to have a lot more people involved in doing that. We're not just talking the wait staff or the busboys or the dishwasher. That's standard in any restaurant. It's the prep. It's the prep, the time it takes to prep, and the space you need to store these things. You need more space to manufacture these foods. You know, we don't kick you out. When I say that, we don't make you leave as soon as you finish eating. You could hang around in kibitz. You want to spend 2 hours, that's fine. Most restaurants want you out so they could turn the table. We have another Canter's about 7 miles away in Santa Monica and Bundy, and that was really more for online ordering, like DoorDash and Uber kind of stuff. Because when you're ordering food, you want to stay within 3-4 miles of your home, because the food, you don't want to get a burger and it had to go 10 miles somewhere, and you know it's going to be cold. You put it there hoping to catch the people in that 3-mile radius, but also it has some tables where you can sit down, but you're ordering from a kiosk. You're not ordering from a person. You're ordering from a computer, you know, like a giant iPad, basically. And you stick your credit card in there, and then the cooks get a ticket, and they make your order and hand it to you. And you can sit down and and eat it there, or you can take it to go. We do a lot of online orders. We do close to 250 to 300 of them a day. So they are coming, but is it enough to keep an establishment open with 125, 130 employees? It's like a factory. So we're here, we're doing it, but every year it's a challenge. We never made our own pastrami. We've always worked with manufacturers that it's RC Provisions that makes our pastrami now, but we don't just buy pastrami from them. They have a spec that they follow to make it the way we want it. Same with the corned beef. We used to pickle our own corned beef. It was a 28-day process, and in around 1998, we weren't able to get some of the materials that was needed to make that corned beef the way we made it, and it was hit and miss. So we started working with, same thing, RC Provisions, to make a corned beef that resembled our corned beef. The coleslaw, you want to keep it crunchy, and the only way to keep it crunchy is make it more often. Once you mix it with the dressing, in 5 or 6 hours from now, it's going to start getting a little bit less crunchy. So we try to make small batches all day long. Potato salad is very important for a side dish. The Russian dressing, which we make ourselves here, is very important. Not only for the Reubens, but a lot of people want Russian dressing on their sandwich or a side. Canter's is a place where grandkids grow up and bring their grandkids here. That's how long Canter's has been here. And I've been here 43 years, and I've seen it. I've seen young couples come, dating. Then I see they're married. Then they have a toddler or a newborn. Before you know it, that newborn's a teenager, comes here by himself. Before you know it, that teenager now has a family, and then I see the whole, the 3 generations eating together, and it kind of blows my mind because I have visions of these people coming here when they were kids. So, it means a lot to people when they first get to Los Angeles. They're going to Canter's, whether they heard about it or someone's bringing them to Canter's as a tourist attraction. I'd say probably about half of our staff have been here more than 25 years.
Corned beef or pastrami?
I like them both in different ways. If I'm eating a sandwich on rye bread with mustard, pastrami is my way to go. If you want it in a Reuben, I prefer corned beef. I like the way corned beef mixes with the Swiss cheese and the sauerkraut and the grilled rye bread, Russian dressing. To me, when I try to eat a pastrami that way, I end up opening it up and eating the meat. So, but I have tricks because I also like corned beef on egg bread with onion and tomato and mustard. It's delicious. If I go to a Dodger game, that's what I take with me.
I think I've got to go with the pastrami Reuben.
Corned beef is pickled. It's a pickling process, and pastrami is smoked. So a lot of people like corned beef together with pastrami. We have it on the menu. It's called the Fairfax. And people love it. I don't think you should mix the two. I think they should be one or the other.
And this is the pastrami Reuben. Hello? Onion rings, only way to go. And this, unlike Junior's, has a thick onion in it. Good onion ring.
By the way, we now have we have Mrs. Goldfarb's, which is a vegan corned beef, but it's not soy. It's made from beets and garbanzo beans and tomatoes. So it's plant-based, and it's actually pretty good. It's not as good, but if you can't have meat for some reason, or you don't want to eat meat because now you don't eat meat, it's surely the next best thing.
It's not thick, but it's extremely dense. Really, really tasty. Here, I'm going to just try the pastrami by itself.
Well, Madman filmed here, Curb Your Enthusiasm filmed here, Entourage filmed here, Get Shorty, or is it Be Cool? A lot of people have their meetings at Canter's, whether it's to sign a record contract, whether it's whatever it is. A lot of people come to Canter's. Michael Mann came to Canter's to do a lot of writing by himself, just so the ambience and the clicks and clacks and just, it motivates people. So I met Gary Busey once, and he told me that in 1966, he signed a record deal at Canter's. We're known for the bread. The bread is a very important part of the sandwich. And we double bake it. To give it a little, make it a little crispier.
Thank you.
Another great meal from Canter's on Fairfax, a legend, an icon. Thanks for joining me on this mildly adventurous tour, and hope to see you next time on another big adventure.